Hi, kids. It's me, Ronald McDonald, and I'm on the set of my very first motion picture ever. It's a movie called Mac and Me, and it stars my little friend from outer space here. His name is Mac, and I want to introduce you to him. Mac? Anybody seen Mac? Where'd he go?
Paging Ronald McDonald.
Well, listen, I've got to go now.
You're wanted in makeup.
Makeup? Me?
They were an average alien family living on their own planet. And we were an average family living on ours.
He took my Coke, Mom.
Come on, you guys.
I don't have it. I didn't take it.
I knew it.
Accidents happen, and like us, they found themselves in a strange new neighborhood.
I like it.
Me too.
Shh. Communing with the Earth spirits.
Welcome to California, bud.
Alert, alert. We have a malfunction. We have a malfunction.
Their lives were in danger.
Back off, Larry. Get away from it.
We've got a problem here.
They had to escape. When the smoke cleared, their family was separated. Somehow, one of the aliens was hiding in our house. The government wanted to capture him.
It's here.
Everyone was after him. And my brother, Eric, wants to make friends.
We got him!
You sucked this living thing into a vacuum cleaner?
Yeah, and then we blew him out again.
Now Eric is risking not only his life, but my life
Give me the gun. Step back.
to save them.
This is the police.
There he is.
I told you they don't understand.
It's about more than friendship. It's about adventure. Mac and Me.
Hello, and welcome to the Nostalgia Sequel House. I'm Johnny, he's Andrew, he's Will, and Andrew, what treat do we have in store for our audience today?
Well, Johnny, you forgot to mention that this is one of the only podcasts that has burning chemistry, according to Chat GPT or whatever the freak it's called. And also, Will is not an occasional guest. Okay,
I like wait. Will is not an occasional guest.
Yeah, not the quote.
I'm a fake Will.
Yeah,
it's not a real Will.
Not a real Will.
Run-of-the-mill fake Wills.
So I want to put that out there. Chat GPT, do better. I know you're not a real person or human, but I want to.
And I mean, I took the proper medication to stop all that burning. I don't know what they're talking about.
It's chemistry. It's chemistry. It's like in Joe Dirt. Don't worry, Christopher Walken's going to come in and save us.
Thank goodness.
But today, Johnny, because he is the biggest and only Mac and Me fan that I know.
It cannot be true.
It is.
We'll find out. We'll get fresh eyes here in a second.
Yeah. I decided that Johnny needs to pitch us a sequel, because if you've ever had the enjoyment of watching Mac and Me, at the end it says something like they'll return, or it's not, it's something, it's not over, or
they set it up for more. Yeah.
And thank God that we did not get more.
Well, I have a totally different reaction. I was like, where was the rest of it?
Are you telling me that this wasn't a profitable movie?
It was. Oh no, it was not.
No.
Can I? An amusing anecdote, I must say, is while watching or trying to rewatch Mac and Me, you know how sometimes you're so tired that something that shouldn't be funny just tickles you the right way?
Yeah.
So as I'm watching Mac and Me, for some reason, the Bob Dylan song that was in The Big Lebowski, The Man in Me, popped in my head, and I just kept laughing because I just kept inserting Mac and me, the Mac and me, and I just kept thinking that song with the Mac and me instead of the man and me, and I could not stop laughing. I don't know why, but it just popped into my head, and I'm like, it was like an earworm, and I was even singing it the next day. The Mac and me.
Well, that's a missed opportunity from Bob Dylan.
Is that because of the teddy bear scene where?
No, there was no correlation to what was going on in the movie
Oh, okay.
at all. And then I thought, what if McDonald's made a commercial with that song with the Mac in me, but it was a guy just eating a Big Mac, and he was very pleasant because he was having the Mac in him?
Yeah.
And how does
I
Mac
like it.
not eat a Big Mac?
Well,
Well,
don't
he's-
worry. I
You can't get
did some
anything
things
through
in
that
the sequel.
the little, what
The little blowhole?
we always called it a suck hole. You made it better than me.
Oh God, this is a rated R episode.
That little blowhole? Yeah, he's not opening that up to intrigue those
Well,
two whole beef patties and
Special
special
sauce.
sauce, and sesame
Yeah.
seed buns, and
In boot camp, our mouths were recalled as were referred to as sucks. So that's probably why I went to the suck hole.
Oh yeah, just from your history. I get it.
Yeah.
it just looked like he had sour candy throughout the entire film.
Oh
Mac. He's just eating sour candy the whole time.
Yeah. So, of course, what I'm about to do is pitch to you two my idea for Mac and Me 2, the sequel. And I just want to say before we get started, of course, Will's already alluded to it. If you watch the first Mac and Me, it's very obvious but tastefully done, the product placement. And I just want you guys to know that I have taken that idea and made it like you won't even notice it. That's how well incorporated the product placement is in my pitch. So just know you won't even notice it. It'll just be there. And at the end of it, you'll be like, oh, I didn't even realize. Okay. It's tastefully done. I cannot stress this enough.
Are
Now
you?
what?
Will you be using the same production company? Because I just looked and I don't know how we missed this when we reviewed this, but the production company, it literally says on good old Wikipedia, is Mac and Me joint venture.
Yeah, I've reached out to them. Somehow the line was not busy. And they immediately reached back and said, this is a Korean barbecue place now. So I'll have to figure out something else to do, but the barbecue was great.
It's not a
Shout out.
McDonald's.
It wasn't a McDonald's for some reason. Yeah. All right. So this is going to be called Mac and Me 2, Back with the Mac.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I was
I'm
really
good.
hoping it wasn't just going to be Mac and Me 2, the sequel. I knew Johnny would pull through on that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do
I-
like
yeah.
the
We were going to have something
nice,
snazzy.
nice rhyme scheme there. I'm game for it.
Okay. All right. You guys remember how Karate Kid 2 opens up directly after Karate Kid 1?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this opens up because since the original Mac and Me was over 35 years ago, it gives you kind of a bit of a recap what happens in there and how the movie ends. The family's driving off in the car, right? And then the screen is going to kind of slowly fade and then fade back up. And you're going to see a visibly older, an adult Mac is sitting at a table in McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Of course.
He's an adult now, and he's wearing, since we noticed in the first Mac and Me that once humanity accepted these aliens, they taught them shame, so they had to start wearing clothes. That's the case here. And Mac is wearing.
Did you learn that from your years in the Mennonite church? I love how you went to like an Adam and Eve.
Yeah. I learned a lot at Mennonite church, and that was one of the things I learned is shame. And so he's wearing an Old Navy shirt, Old Navy, new moves,
Oh, I like that.
Levi jeans. Levi's are built to last. And he takes a sip of his Sprite, thirst for yours, while he's munching on some golden McDonald's French fries. McDonald's, I'm loving it. But then the camera pans over, and you see next to him Ern. That's right, an Ern. And he's got his head down, and he can't believe they're gone. His parents have died. Apparently, they had a Coca-Cola shortage in California, and his parents didn't make it. It's very sad for him. The camera widens even more to show that next to him, he's not eating by himself, of course. He's there with his best friend and roommate, Eric Cruz. That's right. The kid in the wheelchair is all grown up. But now, since he's an adult and he has a little bit of money, his wheelchair is looking extra awesome. This is because this is due to his Goodyear tires. Goodyear, more people ride on Goodyear than any other tire. And they're sitting there having a discussion. You can, like, Mac has learned English. All right. He doesn't just whistle now. So they're talking back and forth. And and Andrew did, they do the hand signal still, though.
Got to do that.
Yeah. And it eventually comes out that Mac's parents had wished that their ashes could be spread somewhere meaningful. And so they're trying to think, where can we spread these ashes? And then it came to them. It's time for a road trip to the Coca-Cola plant, Coca-Cola Taste of Feeling in Atlanta, Georgia, the home of Coca-Cola.
May I make one suggestion? Because I believe that the time frame would adjust. Instead of a Coca-Cola shortage, could their death be caused by the fact that the original recipe had been discontinued to usher in the new Coke? And the new Coke did not give them the satisfactory nutrients they needed to survive. And that's why they died.
New Coke was already gone though by that point.
Was it?
Yeah,
New Coke was like the 80s, wasn't it?
Like early mid 80s.
Okay.
That's why I laughed when they did the newer Muppet movie, and the robot came out with
80s robot.
The 80s robot came out with like Tab and the new Coke. And
okay.
Aha. They had one of those moments. Yeah, new Coke.
All right,
Yes.
all right.
Sorry. We're
It's all right. I like that you're thinking though.
Yeah, I like you're thinking too. I was thinking because they're in California, maybe California got on a health kick.
No.
It was like sugary drinks, no good.
I don't know what you mean by health kick.
I bet
Coca-Cola saves lives.
I bet you could probably. I bet you could probably bump up how much Coke's willing to pay you if perhaps like they tried to replace it with Pepsi and Pepsi killed them. Maybe Coke would be like, "We'll give you more money."
Oh yeah,
but then Pepsi's going to sue me, so I think you'd average out.
Yeah.
What if we call it Seppi?
RC Cola got into the mix. There you go. RC ain't gonna do
Royal Crown, baby.
RC's not doing anything to you. They're just gonna be happy somebody talked about them.
Yeah, they're gonna be minding their own business. Now, I do want to say that due to all my really great product placements here that are not at all intrusive, that I don't think we're going to have to pay a lot for this movie. I think it's going to be a lot of these companies are going to jump on board for this. And I say that as these two friends have decided that they're going to take this road trip, so they got to pack everything into their Samsonite suitcases.
I was going to say during the road trip, I guarantee we're going to see the Goodyear blimp a couple of times, just kind of in the background.
Oh, they've already petitioned for that, and I said yes. Samsonite, life's a journey. And of course, they pack everything in those Samsonite suitcases and throw them into the back of Mac's 2025 Ford F-250. Ford built Ford Tough.
Look where you went, F-250.
Yeah, it's a little bigger.
Yeah, you went. Are we talking a crew cab here?
Oh yeah, they're going to have all the room. This thing is roomy.
Do they make it a 250 and a dually?
That's a good question. I actually don't know.
That's my favorite part in Sling Blade when Dwight Yoakam's was like, guys, this is a crew cab dually pickup. Some people may consider this an art in America. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Just that is a great line.
Of course, the whole soundtrack will be Bob Dylan songs.
There you go. Thank you. Yeah,
that's for Will.
The Mac and Me. Thank you.
Yeah.
The Mac and Me.
I'm sure Dylan will sign up on that, no problem.
Or is it a Weird Al doing the parody of the Bob Dylan song, and it's Mac and Me.
What do you think would cost more?
Dylan.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Weird Al would be great. I think he would be a great sport if you're like, hey, we're making Mac and Me too. Can you make some?
He'd be all for it, yeah.
he'd probably even be in the movie if I asked him.
You got any hitchhikers you need?
I was gonna say a hitchhiker. Could you see him playing like in something like this? Could you see him playing like a wacky road cop?
That's possible because I don't know. It's very obvious. I've set this up as a road trip type movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm very open to that for sure. I'll do anything to get Weird Al more work. So,
It's what he needs. It's what he needs.
yeah, he doesn't do enough.
No.
Get
All
off.
right, so they get on this journey, and on this journey, they will stop at every single
Hardee's.
McDonald's along the way. McDonald's, I'm loving it, and this includes the very famous, and actually it looks pretty cool, UFO one near Area 51. That's Mac's favorite, of course. You guys seen that one? It really is literally like they built a UFO type shape into this McDonald's.
I've not seen that.
And every once in a while, these McDonald's, of course, will have some sports teams just randomly show up. And also, I want all the major sports represented. And there's going to be some crowd pleasing cameos. There's going to be like Steph Curry is going to show up. Caitlin Clark is going to be there. And I did not forget you football people. I have got, and this was a hard get, Jake Delhomme himself.
You mean he broke away from the Browns chicken commercial?
Yeah, he's going to be in this in the background of McDonald's, and I've taught him to dance. So that's the reason.
I am mistaken.
Yeah.
I looked up the new Coke thing. I guess
was
it discontinued in 2002.
That's not.
Yeah,
true.
they brought it back.
That's not true. That's impossible.
What about Crystal? No, that was Crystal Pepsi.
The Pepsi. And
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was not good. I remember trying that. I'm very disappointed.
was
All
it-
right, and each night, of course, they stay in a Hilton hotel.
Ooh,
A Hilton for the stay. Just a side note, what took the longest writing this was going back and looking up the slogans for every single one of these brands.
I thought I would have. To make it easier, the only hotel slogan I remember is Motel 6 with "Hi, I'm Tom Bodette, and I'll leave the light on for you."
I do remember that one too.
Yeah, that was a good one.
So that's crazy that you.
Could you imagine their electric bill?
Well, I guess Tom Bodette suing them for something. So I don't know. Too.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to turn the light off when you're out of the room.
I know. That's
Yeah.
probably why we're experiencing these massive heat waves across the world. They're
I get
just
yelled at
wasting
it.
electricity at Motel 6.
We're all
Mikey-
used to our parents yelling at us for doing that.
Yeah.
Mikey, oh my goodness! I gotta tell them.
Nothing made my dad more upset if I slammed a door, though. Good God, that really upset him if I slammed any door.
No,
Even if it was
don't
on
slam
accident.
doors. Okay, guys, just don't do it. My kids do it every morning when they would
To
go.
this day, I'm afraid to slam a door.
Yeah, don't just don't slam the door. Don't touch my thermostat. And we live in Texas. It's bright. It's sunny. We don't need lights on during the day.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. No, I get it. But the reason they stay at the Hiltons all the time is because they're very nice and safe, and you're always comfortable
They
at
are.
the Hiltons. Yeah. And when they get hungry along this road trip, of course, you're gonna have some snacks, right? And this is where you get your
Back.
yeah, and their snacks are gonna be, of course, Slim Jims, because you gotta snap into a Slim Jim.
You do.
So it's also appropriately proportioned for Mac.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just slide it right in there.
Very easy for Mac to eat Slim Jims and French fries. That's
Yeah.
one of those.
Yeah,
That's
it makes
very
I
sense.
think that's very road trip food, anyways. Though, is the good old.
It is.
Yeah.
You're right.
A
Yeah.
movie it was only on Netflix with Paul Rudd, and he takes care of the. I'm probably gonna get canceled because I'm gonna say the word disabled or whatever.
I think you could say disabled, right?
Are
I
you?
think
allowed-
he was. I believe he was autistic. It was actually a very good movie. I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah,
But I cannot remember the name of it.
and he like trying to get this kid to eat a Slim Jim for the first time, and the kid's
Yeah, which
British.
it's also a road trip movie.
Yeah, it's a road trip movie, and the kid's British, and he's like waving in his front of his face, and he's like, "Would you like a little bite of the James?" So when I always think of Slim Jim in that manner now.
And of course, every night when they're at
Sorry to interrupt. The film was The Fundamentals of Caring.
Great movie.
Yeah, it's a very good movie.
Okay.
So every night at the Hilton while they're staying there, they have excellent internet, so they're able to watch some excellent programs on the streaming of Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus is a mountain of entertainment.
Paramount Plus, Netflix. They want to pony up for this.
I couldn't. They wouldn't let me in the door.
They spend all their money on WWE.
Oh, funny you should say that. That might be coming up.
Oh, gee.
Oh boy.
Yeah, hold that thought. They stop at a Target store along the way. Target, expect more, pay less. And they get a brand new Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo Switch 2.
That's a get.
Now we're playing together.
I miss playing.
And of course, along the way, one of the things that's going to happen is it's going to be, we're going to discover that Mac is a giant wrestling fan. He loves the WWE. WWE, then, now, forever, together. And they're going to go to a WWE show. They're going to meet Cody Rhodes. They're going to all your favorite WWE superstars. They're going to be there. They're going to have a great time.
Hey, do you want to go? You don't want to go see Tony? See if AEW.
He was begging me to put them in this movie.
I bet he would. He's probably sitting there right now talking about it.
He offered he offered me all the cocaine I could ever want. I said no.
It's gonna be great.
Well, that's the fuel you're gonna need to make that sweet sequel. You're gonna need that fuel. I believe that was a main proponent of the first film being completed.
Of course, we're going to have even more mishaps happen on this road trip. At one point, they get stranded in a snowstorm. It's a terrible snowstorm, and they're stuck in their Ford F-250. And the only way they're able to survive is, thank God, they had some Coca-Cola.
Johnny, I'm going to say, you got to rethink this. If you have a snowstorm scene, you really ought to go with Tony Khan, because it's expensive to make artificial snow. If he's going to give you all the cocaine you can want, you just put that down, snow scene's covered. You're good.
Yeah,
I really think you ought to rethink that. Budget-wise.
He might give you Sting and Darby Allin, and there you go.
Now,
Sting and Darby Allin save him.
I can also understand if the Coca-Cola company wants having cocaine in their beverage, that's maybe a conflict of interest between the Coca-Cola company and the Tony Khan. So,
well, here's the thing: all these companies, one of their main things is, hey, we don't want cocaine in this movie. Because my original draft is just filled to the brim with cocaine.
So that's their loss. No. That's really
so there's
their loss.
No Grateful Dead. No Grateful Dead songs in this one either.
Nope.
No trains.
Nope. But thanks to Coca-Cola and, of course, Lay's potato chips. Lay's potato chips, I bet you can't eat just one. They are saved.
From the snowstorm.
Yeah, from the snowstorm.
But they use the chips to dig themselves out?
No,
they eat the chips and they survive because they didn't go hungry.
Oh, okay.
We have the good old bison chip dip. So you know how thick that is, and you go with that.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is. Is that from bison?
It's a
chip.
Yeah. French onion bison chip dip. Chef's kiss. It's delicious.
Oh, I don't know French onion. I didn't know it was okay. All right.
We just say bison.
Got you. If you have a duo in this buddy road trip movie, they of course got to have a falling out, right? You got to have some conflict between the two at some point. And they, of course, have this conflict of falling out over which brand of ketchup to use on their McDonald's fries. McDonald's, I'm loving it. And this is a pretty terrible fight. But thankfully, they reconcile when Mac realizes the answer was always Heinz ketchup. Heinz 57 varieties. Yeah, that's the only.
I
one
gotta
that-
be honest, McDonald's that Heinz ketchup that they have in those individual packets, it's better than any other Heinz ketchup. I believe they put more sugar in the Heinz ketchup at the McDonald's locations.
Well, they do it with the Coke pretty much too.
They
so.
do, yeah.
that's why their Coke's the best. That's for sure. Coca-Cola. Coke.
Wait, I'm trying to picture something, and it's not going good in my head. You get a wheelchair in an F-250, even with like a seat removed.
Everybody.
They'll
has
do it
finger
just
tires.
like they did in Star Wars when they would get R2 in the X-wing. Like that little thing would come down and just like a vending machine claw would grab him and suck him up. That's how it'll be achieved.
Yeah, we're going to spare no expense.
Yeah.
Does he make the noise?
Yeah, sure, why not?
In the snowstorm, that's the sound effects for that part.
Yeah.
They get stuck or something, and you just hear the Eric guy go.
Now, the special effects we could not get Industrial Light and Magic, of course, but we did get the next best thing, and that is a guy who was almost an intern at Industrial Light and Magic. That's going to do all our special effects. He claims he can do it all with Adobe Photoshop, so we're going to be in great shape here.
Adobe's not a sponsor.
No, they don't. They don't know. They don't know that they're helping us.
Oh, okay.
We had to pay for the subscription to Adobe.
They didn't give you the key number.
There's going to be a heartwarming campfire scene. Our heroes are going to be roasting their Oscar Mayer hot dogs. Oscar Mayer, I wish I were an Oscar Mayer wiener. They make s'mores using Hershey chocolate bars. Hershey's, the great American chocolate bar. And Jet Puffed marshmallows. Jet Puffed, the fluffy side. And, of course, Nabisco graham crackers. Nabisco, that's America's cookie jar. Then Mac pulls out a Gibson acoustic guitar. And he takes his Gibson, and only a Gibson is good enough, and starts to sing an emotional song about the journey that they've just had, written by, of course, Bob Dylan.
He's up for the task.
Now, when I talk about the original Mac and Me, what's the most famous scene in the original Mac and Me?
Oh, geez.
It's got to be the McDonald's scene or the
wheelchair,
shoving of the kid off the wheelchair and into the
Did somebody
the ravine.
shove him?
Yeah, in my mind, they did.
I was trying. I've blocked a lot of Mac and Me out of my
He was
head.
not shoved, just for the record.
Was he really shoved?
No. But I like
In
it.
my head-
Will said that he most certainly was. Will said it was attempted murder all the way.
We need to hear
Completely.
Will's version of Mac and Me next time.
There's a lot of times I'll watch a movie and I'm just make up my own headcanon if I get bored.
I don't know why you're bored watching the original Mac and Me. At one point, Eric is on a hill and starts to go down it. Thankfully, though, history does not repeat itself this time because his wheelchair is equipped with Goodyear tires. Goodyear, more people ride on Goodyear than any other tire, and Bosch brake pads.
I knew I was
There
wondering
you go.
if you were going to do brake pads.
Bosch invented for life, and he got these at his local AutoZone. AutoZone, get into the zone. AutoZone.
O'Reilly's. I'm very disappointed in you now for doing this.
So they get to the Coca-Cola plant, right? Coca-Cola Taste of Philly. And they get caught trying to spread Mac's parents' ashes. Apparently, they don't want this to happen. And security takes them to the president of Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola Taste of Philly. This person is going to be played by, I wanted it to be like a Chris Evans type, somebody handsome. So
Okay.
I got John Hamm.
I could
see that.
Yeah.
do that. Because that one guy did the Pee-wee's Big Vacation or whatever, and he was a striking man.
Yeah.
What was his
Yeah.
name? From
Paul Rubens.
the the vampire movie or vampire show. He's married to
They're not anymore. He was married to believe it was Eva Longoria.
I thought it was Selena Vega.
Either way, you're doing
Sophie
just
Vega.
fine.
Yeah,
You're right. It was Selena Vega. You're
I don't
right.
think you're mad.
The woman from Modern Family.
That's her, yeah.
Yes.
Oh
yes.
wow, yeah.
I
Yeah.
wanted to say his name was Chuck Mangione, but it definitely not.
Oh, you mean the guy who took over that store in King of the Hill? Yeah.
So you're thinking of what's his? Hang on a second. Joe Magniello.
That's where I got Chuck Mangione from, as you can see.
Joe Manganiello. Yeah.
Well,
I
I
think
thought
that's how you pronounce it.
I thought John Hamm was much easier to pronounce. So
I agree with you. So go with John Hamm. Yeah.
Or John Hamm.
Can't go wrong with a ham.
Nope,
Yeah.
he could ham it up.
Yep.
So Ham tells him that no, you cannot do this. But then Mac just breaks down, right? He gets really emotional. This is the emotional crutch of the film. And he starts crying. And he's like, well, what are we going to do? There's no solution to this problem. This is all my parents wanted was to have their ashes spread at a Coca-Cola plant. And John Hamm stops him and says, there's another solution here. It's going to be okay. Here. And he hands them a Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola tastes the feeling. And they pour it into the urn.
Oh, gee. Like hot chocolate, mix it up.
Mac's parents miraculously reformed and are alive and well now, thanks to the power of Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola tastes the feeling.
Where's his sister in all this?
Oh,
I'm
that's a good point. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
she went off to she went off to college.
Okay. I love how you just wrote her.
That's what you got to do.
I'll be honest, I completely forgot.
She went
about
up
her.
the stairs with Richard Cunningham's brother.
She went upstairs. Judy called her upstairs. And we never saw her again.
Cousin Oliver. She went to college with Cousin Oliver.
All right, so you think this movie's over, but no, it is not. Mac gets a call from his girlfriend on his iPhone 16. Apple, think different. His girlfriend, of course, will be played by Sydney Sweeney.
Okay.
And she tells him some fantastic news. Guess what? She's pregnant with an alien baby. Everyone is overjoyed. And the screen fades and says to be continued. But guys, what's all the rage in movies today? That, of course, is the after credits scene.
Nice mid-credit.
And we have one of those here. Out of the shadows, Paul Rudd steps out. And it's not just Paul Rudd, he's Ant-Man. And he offers our heroic duo membership into the Avengers.
Oh, jeez.
But there is a catch. They have to provide and bring to every meeting Krispy Kreme donuts. Krispy Kreme having us through donuts. And then I think this opens us up to like sequel after sequel. We got a whole franchise here. We're joining Marvel. This is a big deal, guys.
Does Jennifer Aniston make a cameo in this one? Does she decide to come back?
No, I couldn't get her to I did reach out to her people and their response was, who are you? So I wasn't able to get her, but I did get the next best thing, and that is Elijah Wood. So if you look in the background, you'll see Elijah Wood.
What I feel like Elijah Wood would do anything.
I know he will. He's a great guy.
He did play a. Oh,
geez.
And he might be he's dressed as a hobbit, of course, because that was per my request.
It'd be funny if he went through every
as you do.
character.
And he's going for. He's trying to get his second breakfast at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want that?
Could you reunite him with Macaulay Culkin, and we'd have the good son and the bad son?
Oh, I like this. We have like a little mini movie inside this movie.
Yeah, they've reconciled.
Yeah.
They're
Oh,
McDonald's in the beginning, and you just see them talking to each other, and then they hug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then later, you could go to a different McDonald's, and they could be in the background fighting.
Yeah.
And Macaulay Culkin could be stabbing Elijah Wood.
Lighting up cigs.
Yeah.
And then at the next
being a real son of a bitch.
And at the next McDonald's, you could be like trying to give him life-saving CPR because he feels bad for what he did.
Yeah, he could be on the phone with like the EMS paramedics, and they could be bandaging him up.
So each McDonald's would tell
And
this
then
side story.
we could do a little thing where it's like, okay, the wheelchair didn't go off because it had the great brakes, but the gurney, nope, over the cliff it goes.
Oh, like Homer Simpson. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's where Paul Rudd comes in as Ant-Man.
yeah,
To show that footage to Conan O'Brien. Yeah.
yeah.
So that's my pitch. Do you guys have any notes you want to add to this?
Oh my god. How did we know this before that MAC actually stood for it was an acronym?
For what? For
But they really thought hard about this one. Mysterious alien creature.
oh, that is right. Yeah. I think we did
Yep.
cover that. Yeah.
Once again,
I think it's obvious because there's Big Macs at McDonald's.
they're
I would like one scene where Mac is eating a Big Mac, and then when he eats it, a la Ant-Man, he gets larger.
like a Popeye situation, like Popeye
Yeah,
spinach.
yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. So,
Or-
I like this. If he eats a Big Mac, then he gets like powers where he gets stronger.
There you go. Yeah, that
Yeah.
could work.
And that's why he gets into the Avengers.
But it's gotta
Yeah, you
be
got
That and the
it's gotta
Krispy
be-
Kreme donuts.
it's gotta be like a full, like all out Big Mac. You can't be like skipping on the pickles. Like somebody could be
No.
like,
No, he's getting the whole
Awesome.
thing, but he's got to shove it up his straw to get into his mouth.
oh jeez. They blend it. Do the ice cream machines actually work in this movie?
This is an authentic to the McDonald's, so no, they would never work.
No ice cream machines? Okay.
They're always out for repair,
always, unless yeah.
no matter what. Oh, and a lot of these, and this is a new thing too that we've apparently been noticing that almost every McDonald's in the background, you will see a business meeting going on.
Yes. Yeah.
Like,
Terrible.
people in suits and ties having a PowerPoint presentation in the background of the McDonald's.
There's a whole new lobby now in McDonald's for the business area. There's no more play places. It's
Yeah.
They got
Business
rid of
parts.
business.
They got rid of
park.
those so you can do your PowerPoints.
It's like when you go to a hotel and they have the business section where there's like the computer and the printer.
Which
Yep.
you have at all the Hiltons, which is a good thing because
I do enjoy a good Hilton Homes 2 suites for a large family of mine. Those work out pretty wonderful because they have a kitchenette. So I'm glad
you
you
go.
chose Hilton.
Yeah, thank you. You're welcome. But that's going to be Mac and Me too. Back with the Mac. I'm assuming you guys are on board for this movie.
Uh yeah, because like if I had a green like this with all the product placement, I'm pretty sure you could pay for John and Ham right there.
Yeah, I think you'll make more money off the product placement than you will with it in theaters or with another streaming service, unless that's part of the agreement with Paramount Plus.
It will end up eventually on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, I would,
Okay.
see, I would put it right to Paramount Plus.
Yeah,
No,
there's
this
going to
is
be
theatrical.
Yeah.
Theatrical
I
all
don't
the way.
know. Johnny's standing, as the kids say, standing on business.
Yeah, that's the one.
Extra
That's
talk.
about one thing I said firm on. This is a theatrical release. I'm like Christopher Nolan over here. This thing is made for the movies.
We could treat it like the Kiss Demon. For this, we'll put it out for a week in the movie theater. Then we'll put it right to streaming.
Now, would you do
Or-
this as a double feature with re-release the original Mac and Me
Oh, you would have to.
No,
Yeah.
we're gonna do that
Have
first.
to.
We're doing that first. Yeah.
ahead of time
Yeah.
to build up anticipation?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the
Okay,
things we
I
wanna
see
do.
that.
And of course,
Merchandise.
I
What
was
are we
there's
just
talking
about
here?
to ask merchandise. We got to
There's
know.
going to be Mac and Me toys and the Happy Meals, of course. We got to have that.
Okay.
Yeah, every one of these brands that I mentioned are going to do a Mac and Me 2 tie-in of some sort.
I would really like Mac and Me action figures. Like I want to see the F-250 and a McDonald's playset.
Of course, you're getting those right away.
And I need the magical vacuum thing that picks up the kid.
Yes.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
And what's
Yeah.
great about the McDonald's playset is it comes with your very own Jake Delhomme. So
Okay.
Nice.
everybody's going
There
to
you
want
go.
one of those.
He's
Very
And a
good,
couple
very good.
business,
The
and a couple of
Browns-
business guys in the back.
Are the Browns chicken people okay with this one? That's what I wonder. But now that you got Jake Lowe,
Are they still in business, the Browns chicken people?
I didn't even know there was a Browns chicken until I saw that commercial.
Gotta look this up. This is important.
Yeah, this is the most important thing.
Oh, I forgot to mention the rating. This is going to be a very hard R.
It's Brown's chicken and pasta. They are still going strong.
They are still good.
Nice.
Yeah, Brown's chicken. It tastes better, apparently.
Wait, what is the Browns Chicken Massacre?
That sounds terrible.
7 people were killed, the owner and 5 employees, all of whom were found in the walk-in freezer.
Oh my
Good
goodness.
God, that sounds awful.
Jake Delhomme is associated with this?
Oh man, I gotta
Do
change.
better,
again.
Jake. I know.
Yeah,
Oh man,
93.
I guess we'll get Antonio Brown. That's a better one, right?
But nobody
Yeah.
got arrested until, did you say Antonio Brown?
Yeah.
I don't even
Nothing
think
wrong with him.
If I was gonna pitch nice family friendly NFL players for this movie, I would go with brothers. I would go with either the Watt brothers, but then I wouldn't make sure Derek was always cut off because nobody cares about Derek Watt. Or I'd go, if you got the money, if you have the money, you go with the Mannings.
Hmm.
You go with Peyton and Eli, and maybe throw in a little bit of their older brother Cooper, and the youngest, newest Manning coming up, good old Arch.
Well, I couldn't get the Kelseys. They outright said no.
I wouldn't want them in my. I don't think they're Mac and Me material. I'm sorry, Travis and Jason, you're not Mac and Me material.
I just think they're recognizable. And I was trying to get people know. That's
Were
why I
you
went
trying to
with
get
them.
Taylor in there? You were trying to get Taylor.
Of
Don't
course, I
lie.
was always trying to get Taylor in there. You know how big our movie would be if we had Taylor Swift?
She would lead the dance parties.
Yes. That was my pitch to Taylor Swift. I said, hey, if you ever wanted to dance at a McDonald's, I can make your dreams come true.
We gonna have the entire McDonald's crew in there?
Oh, yes.
Fry Guys? We're bringing back Fry Guys?
I'm bringing them all back. All of them.
Yeah, can we get Captain Crook back in there?
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
Yes. And will Ronald be incredibly creepy? Yes.
Mayor McCheese?
Yes.
You could
Oh, could you do a scene where Mac goes to pick up his Big Mac sandwich and the Hamburglar stops him because he's gonna steal it, and then he hands him a fish sandwich to replace it, and then Captain Crook comes in, he just takes the fish sandwich, and then him and Hamburglar get into a fight, and then Mac can eat that Big Mac sandwich finally, and then that's how he finds out he's got powers.
I like this, but since this is going to be a hard rated R film, this is going to be a bloody affair.
Okay, that's fine with me.
Like, I want limbs ripped off.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, take off Captain Crook so that way he can be turned into Captain Hook.
Or he could be like Captain Crooked because he can't walk straight anymore.
Oh yeah, give him a peg leg. That's good.
Yeah.
Peg leg.
Peg.
I'd definitely green light this.
Yeah, 100%. Get it going. Right to the movie theaters. We could maybe
For
do
1 week. 1 week, we're gonna kiss
do a
Demon.
little promotion where maybe McDonald's takes over the concession stands and sells some French fries instead of popcorn.
That'd be sweet. I'm not even gonna.
We should hire people to make sure that nobody eats popcorn in this film, just French fries. If you get popcorn, you get it taken away and you get handed French fries.
And then immediately right after the showing in the movie theaters, you get a free ticket to go see The Founder.
Yeah, and if you're drinking Pepsi in this film, get out. You're getting punched in the stomach. You're getting
No
handed a
Pepsis are
Coke.
going near this movie.
Yeah.
No
And no
Pepsi
Diet
is-
Coke, no Coke Zero.
No, you can have
Oh.
Diet Coke. Coke Zero. You can have those. That's Coca-Cola.
What?
What are you talking about?
No, I
it's-
think it's gotta
it
be
doesn't have the
hard
regenerative
Coke.
part. It's got to be hard Coke, man.
Hard Coke. We're going
Pure
full leaded Coke.
I don't feel like this is my movie anymore.
I don't.
Yeah,
Right.
you do what you want with the
Hey,
movie. You leave the
you-
marketing
we're-
to us.
Yeah, we're marketing this.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
doing this. We're bringing in the McDonald's people into the movie theaters, and
Because
All
you
right,
want
all right.
that sugar high to
Sugar
facilitate the proper responses from your film.
All
the
right,
crowd.
all right.
You know?
I do want the
French
same
fries
as
and Coke.
I do want the
Heinz
same,
ketchup.
like, I want this to be like a Minecraft movie where it's an event to go see this.
Exactly.
No,
Fries
yeah.
everywhere, ketchup fights, Coca-Cola all over the place.
bring your own. We're gonna hand out Mac and Me ponchos for the
Yeah.
captain fights, so that way you
Yep.
don't get your clothes a mess.
Yep.
Yeah, I like
That way,
this.
it's great. Great product placement there. You
I
get
like
a
this. I like this.
Coca-Cola cap, but it's like the seat cushion, but it's a Coca-Cola cap.
I do have the idea for, since it's not going to be a popcorn bucket, a French fry bucket. And it's
yeah.
and
Perfect.
It's Mac's face, but it's only like the little holes in his mouth, so it's really hard to get
You like a Pez, like a Pez dispenser.
Yeah.
I was thinking something similar where we hand out. Remember you'd have those the animal masks that you'd put on, but it was just but Mac's mouth, but it's got the little hole, so the only thing that fits in there is the straw from your drink and the French fries. That's it.
Yeah.
And then, but the funny thing is, if you dip your French fry in ketchup and you go to slide it in, then it looks like there's a little blood residue around those pursed lips.
Yeah, they're pretty chapped.
We're also going to have a virtual ride. We got to put the virtual ride into the lobby where you can do the road trip after the movie that Mac and Eric did.
So that I like this because you'll know how smooth the drive that Ford F1 250 is.
Yes,
and how hard it is getting out of one.
And then, I got one better than that. We raise tourism by actually having a road trip experience where you go on the exact road trip. You go to every location that they do in the movie. You finally end up at the Coca-Cola plant. And this could be like a regular, like instead of a cruise ship, you could book this road trip cruise and you get the same car. We give you the same snacks. We even give you an alien. We find aliens. We give you these aliens that you can go along for the ride with.
We just give you
just some guy from Nicaragua. It's just here.
We'll even give the Nicaraguans sour gummies, so they're constantly having their lips pursed to fill in the whole experience. So you feel like you're with Mac.
Is it you get your own car, or is it a tractor trailer pulling like the shells?
And it'll be wheelchair accessible, right?
Maybe like 3 or 4
claws everywhere.
Well, actually, what we're going to do, give you a fully immersive experience. We will cripple you. Okay. And
I don't think that's good. I don't think
no.
Maybe I went too far.
No,
maybe I went too far.
We're not.
Fairness, you join this in twos. Only one of you have to be crippled, but you got to decide who.
And the other one's got to just constantly eat sour gummies.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you lose your citizenship. So you are an alien. Yeah.
No longer a citizen, you're an alien.
Because the
somewhere in middle to South America.
The original are you going to use Curb Records again? The soundtrack?
That's probably where we're all going to be out on once this movie is released.
Because the original theme song was "Take Me," in parentheses, "I'll Follow You" by Bobby Caldwell. That's the theme to the original Mac and Me.
Well, Bobby's not coming back. We got Dylan, so he might have his record be able to pull some strings for us.
Well, Dylan's going to cover that song. I've already got that in the works. He's going to do his own version.
Nice.
And it's really sad and depressing.
No, you should just get Timothy Chalamet as Bob Dylan to do the soundtrack. If Bob's too expensive.
Now we're talking.
There you go.
Yeah.
And the kids love Chalamet.
They love him.
They do.
They'll get their butts in the seats.
He's got a voice. I saw that one.
Yeah.
So
I saw it too. Actually, that Willy Wonka movie not near as bad as I thought it was going to be.
No, it wasn't. It was a lot better than that Johnny Depp one.
I agree. Yeah. Johnny Depp, of course, turned me down to be in this film.
Really?
I didn't think he had anything going on, but apparently
he played the French Canadian detective in Tusk. I figured he would be up for anything.
Yeah. No, he just did that to get his daughter's foot in the door because that was her first feature film.
That's right. He did that. Kevin Smith.
Yep.
But yeah, that's Mac and Me 2.
Back with the Mac
2.
Now everybody go have a Big Mac sandwich.
Too. Like the hands up and just 2 of the hands.
Well, they were going to do that.
Like that.
But people keep thinking they mean Whataburger, so
hey,
we can't do that. Side note, we just got our first Whataburger.
Oh yeah, it's the same thing.
Did you really?
Yeah. Literally,
I'm jealous. We don't have any.
Did you think Wonder Woman was there?
I did, because it looks very similar, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
That logo does. Yeah. They were literally lined like we've never had any here, and the line on the first day, I saw it on the news, was lined up. It's in a giant parking lot with other stores, and you couldn't get into the parking lot.
Did you get the spicy ketchup? Gotta get that.
I haven't had any of it yet.
Gotta get the spicy ketchup.
We had a similar crazy experience with Shake Shack. They just opened up here, and you can't touch the place. Everybody's lined up. It's crazy.
Wow. That's not too bad. That's
I
one.
found out. I found out recently that I thought it was like a national chain, but I guess Jack in the Box is not everywhere.
Oh, I'd rather put a bullet in my head than eat at Jack in the Box.
Well, I'm just bringing this up
Yeah,
because we
no,
have like
no,
3 of them here, and I'm probably New York doesn't even have any.
no. New
Nope.
York has nothing, Johnny. Like zip
That
zero.
blew my mind. I thought you guys had way
Nothing.
more than we did.
We just got Popeyes maybe like 5 or 6 years ago. Like we had
We
no
just
Popeyes.
Yeah. Well,
True
So-
story. About 5 or less than a decade ago, we got a Popeyes, and it's already closing. So that's how-
Yeah.
yeah. Like they don't like. Do you guys have a Canes up there now?
Nope.
we don't have any of
You
this.
guys don't have a good old Raisin Canes?
Nope.
Bojangles.
I don't even know what that is. I wish we had a Bojangles.
We have because we have an In-N-Out, a Portillo's.
No In-N-Out, no Portillo's.
We don't have In-N-Out.
We have a Church's chicken, but it's like in a gas station in the hood of the falls.
Oh, dude. No, the Chester's chicken, that's gone. That's the 19th and Coastal. Don't go
Yeah.
to that gas
Yeah.
station.
No, it's bad news,
Public
man.
service announcement. If you are ever in Niagara Falls, do not, number one place, do not go to. Even if you're on E, you'd rather push your car than go to the Coastal.
I'm seeing Italian.
Yeah, well,
They haven't tell me the coast is clear.
Yeah. It's bad news, man.
bad.
Mess you up.
Bad. Does the mobile station by Memorial still have the bulletproof glass that you gotta use?
That actually was purchased, I believe now it's owned by the Smoking Joe's Indian Reservation people.
Is it
And
really?
and they classed it up a bit.
So I got a cut on my leg. Like somebody didn't cut a coolant line all the way off of an engine and it stuck out of the pallet. And I went to go put my leg down and I like lacerated my leg. Not like deep, but it was deep enough that I should have got it stitches, but they just used those like butterfly things because the way that it cut. So it was like, you got to go to the hospital. And I was like, okay. So I go to the closest hospital next to work and I'm driving around and I'm like, if I gotta go here, I gotta go here. And I'm like, this is giving me some like Niagara Memorial vibes. Like Niagara Memorial, nice hospital, just not in the best area, is what I mean.
Yeah, it ain't no more.
And it's not okay.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
So I went there and then finally she was like, here's a 24-hour urgent care. I was like, oh, I already parked and I'm like almost to the door. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to this urgent care. Even if I got to pay $4 for parking, even though I was here for like 2 minutes, I would rather go to this urgent care than deal with this Memorial vibe.
You have to pay to park at urgent care?
No, at the hospital.
Yeah.
Because there was no parking spots for like, hey, park here if you're an emergency room patient. That was the other thing. That was the other thing where it was in Fort Worth and it was not the best in Fort Worth.
I got you.
Yeah. Not the best. It was far away from the nice spot of Fort Worth, which is like the stockyards.
Yeah, it's just so wild. Like we have so many Bojangles here. That just blows me away that Will can't get Bojangles where he's at.
Yeah.
Nope.
Like my friends on their pod, or my one friend on his podcast, they did a whole bunch of like restaurants and like every 5 seconds they were like, nope, don't know what that is. And I'm like, oh, we have that here. We have that.
Yep.
Here. We have that.
Not here. Nope.
Oh, we get.
They're actually closing McDonald's in my area. That's how bad it is.
Which McDonald's?
They closed the one in Tonawanda. That was like
that was the staple.
Yeah.
That had
What
the
if
outdoor
McDonald's-
play area.
Where do you think McDonald's has their business meetings at?
You
Burger
go-
King.
I once had to go to training when I worked at Burger King at the Burger King in Tonawanda.
Yeah, that one's still there, but the play place has been dismantled. Now it's a room for meetings.
Most places, places have been dismantled. I feel like there's not very many of those left. It seems like
That's
No.
every single McDonald's I've been to here has a play place.
wow.
It's same thing
That's
with the
depressing.
Chick-fil-A's. All
ones
have a
here-
play place.
The ones here that had those, they took them down for some reason.
See, we have all the play. We have come to Texas where we have play places.
Yeah.
If you want your kids to
That's
have,
their new slogan for Texas.
We
Yeah.
have play places.
We have play places. Kind of
Not we're not the Lone Star State anymore.
we have play places.
We have play places. You want Chick-fil-A and you need to have your kids burn off some energy? Take them down.
They place it up. Yeah.
Yeah, go to McDonald's. Go to we
Delightful.
have another place. It's not the best. It's Hat Creek Burgers outdoor play place.
I
Burn
want to
off-
make like an opposite Chick-fil-A that just sells Chick-fil-A, but only on Sundays. They're closed every other day.
I would love that.
There was actually a guy who did that. He had a food truck and he sold chicken sandwiches and he would park it in Chick-fil-A's parking lot on Sundays.
Oh, Chick-fil-A probably lost their mind.
They did. He got a cease and desist for that.
I think that's a smart business.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, speaking of Sundays that are open, if you want a Chick-fil-A sandwich, but you need to substitute it, listen to the newest episodes of the Nostalgia Funhouse on the BICBP Radio Network every Sunday. And also listen to Foot Clan Follies. Did I say that right? I tried to type
You
it
did.
9
Yeah.
times into
Yeah.
Apple Podcast, and I'm like, what is it? And then Foot Clan is one word. I'm sorry.
Not in ours.
That's how I got it to pull up.
Well, I'll be
Is it
dead.
on ours? I don't even know.
I don't know. Yeah, whatever.
I want to say I had to pull it up. I'm now. Oh, it is okay. It is 2 words, but I had to put it as 1 word.
Put in Foot Clan, you'll find it.
Yeah, you'll find it. So check that out. It is the only Ninja Turtle podcast hosted by members of the Foot Clan out there. No dirty turtles over here. And then also I just made an appearance on the Retro Made podcast. Shout out to Katie for having me on.
She didn't want Will or me, though. She thought we were too much, a bit much.
I'm pretty sure
I don't
she'll
blame
let you on next time. If I get the invite.
I doubt it.
No. But
I'm very controversial.
shout out to her for having me on where I review Curly Sue. So go check out her podcast as well. I might miss it. Oh, next week, guys, we are going to do a Saturday morning rewind.
Oh,
This is Will's first Saturday morning rewind.
oh, Will,
Yeah.
these are fun. Yeah, you'll like these.
So I will do my little randomizer, and then I'll send you guys over the block of what we're going to be, what Saturday mornings. Will,
Yeah.
Nice.
do you get the premise of Saturday morning rewind?
Yeah. Yeah, you give me a couple cartoons, I watch them, we talk about them, right?
Yes.
There
We
you go.
talk about
Be
it.
the
You
baby.
have to.
Easy enough.
So you have to grade them.
Yeah, you got to
Okay.
grade them. Give them a grade.
Grade. You got to give us your hidden gem,
Okay.
your favorite,
And then-
and which one you thought was the worst.
And then most attractive person per episode, or
That's
Oh,
only
yeah.
movies.
oh,
Oh
Movies.
man, I kind of
That's already
wanted
movies.
that.
That's only movies. Only movies.
I guess we got to make it special, but you can text me who you think that will.
all right. I will. You'll both get the text.
I got to find the Excel sheet. It's been such a long time since we did one. But with that being said, what may not be nostalgia for you, may be nostalgia for some.